Hello and welcome. Really glad you joined me today for a mat-based workout. What we're doing today, I'm going to be doing 4s and 5s on my weights, and I'll also be using a lot of core work as well. So obviously you'll need a mat for the mat work, you'll need a bowl of water, enough room to move about in. So we're going to be doing a 6-minute circuit on each one, and there's going to be 5 circuits in total. So just get your weights, put them to the side, and we'll start to go with that warm-up. And we're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. I'm just going to get that roll of the hips. Just pushing it back. Feel that stretch down the backs of the legs. You push the hips back. Good. Now around the other side. Lovely, good. Straight legs. I'm just going to do a squeeze to the side. Feel that tightening up over the waist. Get that squeeze down. Lovely, good. Get the elbow lifted on the other side. Now go do the other side. Here we go. Get me that lift. Again, I'm not moving the hips. I'm getting all the work and all that movement through the waist. Going to point the toe, coming over the top, up. Lovely, good. Just coming up onto that toe, opening out the ankle. Now I'm going to get that sweep, and I do turn my hips as well. Shoulders back and down, so just get that long reach. Into the middle, up on your toes, give me that circle. Lovely, good. All the way out. Now coming back in the other way. Feel that little stretch between the shoulder blades. Lovely, good. Thumbs, just reach it out. I'm going to do a little tap out to the front. Feel that rib cage down and in. The abs already pulled in. Shoulders working. Long straight arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. Just get me that little roll. I'm going to come up onto that leg for the runner. Give me that lift. Core already pulled in. Back nice and straight. I'm on the other side. Good work. Up. Good. Give me another 4. Just with that roll. Rib cage down and in. And then we come up onto that front leg. Drive that knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do a little step touch here. Just out and back. Lovely, good. Grab that air, pull it back. Feel strong. Pecs already working for you to get that long arm movement. Shoulders back and down. Lovely, good. Wide squat. Wide squat. Push it up. Yes, just get that little squeeze on the glutes to get you up to the top there. Without leaning back. Good. Now go take a bend forward from the hips. Push your hips back. Nice flat back. Go and roll over. Coming back to that flat and all the way up. I'm going to do one more of those. Down to flat. Then roll it over. Back up to flat. All the way up. Lovely, good. Still running it out. Nice and light on the feet. I've got the abs pulled in. Lovely, good. So in control of that. 2, 1, and well done. Just give it a little shake off. Grab your mat for me. We're going to do our first set. We're going to be on that mat. We're going to be lying down, and I've got one big weight, the 5 weight, over my head. So 5 kilograms here, and I've got a set of 4 kilograms. Right, we're on the floor. And the weight is over my head, and it's going to be reverse curls down. Then after 45 seconds, 15 seconds for transition, I am coming up all the way, and I'm going to get a lift up with a nice straight back. I'll call it as we go. Okay, are we ready? On that timer, my hands over my head. This is my anchor, my rib cage down and in, and I'm going to do a reverse curl in. Now try not to lift the knees. Try not to get to position here where you've lifted the lower part of your leg and you swung your knees forward. It's all about that reverse curl in. Lovely, keep the knees closed. Feel those long abs working for you. Just getting that squeeze in. Lovely. Zip and hollow on the whole time. my feet just a little bit further away from me on my heels. Now if you feel you can't roll all the way up, so I'm going to really roll through my core here, then get that lift and get the lift at the end, you can just do me a sit-up. Otherwise, let's do the roll. So we roll off the floor all the way, sitting on your bottom bones. That's when you get the lift. Lovely, good. Rib cage down and in. And then coming up, right on your bottom bones, and get me that lift. Good, so feeling nice and strong. And I'm really getting that roll through the lower back, being able to really keep my abs pulled in. Lovely, good. This first one's all about the abs. Rolling up. My legs never go flat, so I just roll down through my back. Head never hits the floor, then I roll back up again. Let's get that lift. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good work. I'm here on the floor. I've got that anchor going on. My knees come up in that tabletop position. Again, don't open the backs of your knees there. Don't rely on momentum. It's all about that curl in. Lovely, good. As my knees go back out, they just stop over my hips. You can stop them a little bit further if you want to, just get a little bit more extra work from there. So instead of stopping at your hips, you can drop them just slightly the other way. So it's contracting and then it's a stabilizing of those abs. Really think hip to hip, those abs are pulled in. Lovely, good. And down. Just nice and slowly. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, my feet go down, just on my heels, my knees always stay bent on this one. I'm just holding that weight on the beeps, my head comes up, gets ready to go. My belly button pulled in, and here we go. Long, and then I'm going to slowly roll up to the very top, and then get me that lift. Lovely, good, and then back down. Up. All the way up. Good work. Just that roll through the spine each time. That chin and chest keeps the same relationship all the way down. Just get that nice roll. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Are we ready for our last 2 minutes? There, with the weight over my head. Once my arms have gone over my head, my rib cage stays down and in, my abs stay pulled in, my knees come up to do that reverse curl. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and give me that reverse curl in. Yeah, really feel those long abs working for you. Just keeping those knees closed. And remember, if you want to get a little bit extra, just let it go beyond your hips. So just slightly beyond your hips. Lovely, good. So you can really feel it now in those abs working, especially in that top half there. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. Our last little bit on this circuit. My head's already up, ready to go, so my long abs are working for me. And I'm just holding on to that weight. 3, 2, 1. Let's get that roll up. Remember, really keep that zip and hollow on. I wait till I get to the very, very top, sitting on those bottom bones before I roll it back down again. Coming up. And get me that lift. Good work. And then roll it back down. And lift. And up. Really feel that weight. It's coming straight up over your head. Back is nice and straight, so there's work to be done on my upper back here as well. Keeping my shoulders back and down. 3, 2, 1. And good work, well done. This 5 weight, so the heavier weight that you're using, in between your knees. We're going to be doing a capital B here. So my arms are out at the side. My shoulders are on the floor. This time my knees drop out to the side. I keep my shoulders on the floor. I have to bring that in by reverse curling it in through my obliques this time. Lovely, good. So still all about the abs here. Got my oblique abs. I'm going to get that weight in each time. And curl it in. Feel your zip and hollow is on because your back is off the floor at this point. And then curl it in. Good work. Three, 2, 1. Good work, well done. We're going to bring ourselves over onto our front and I'm going to do a rainbow bridge on my elbows. So core, helping me here to stay straight, and then my obliques on my toes, and I'm going to drop my hip down on one side without changing the angle of my shoulders. Lovely, good. So really feel that drop to the floor. If you feel your feet rolling away from you, just shuffle them back in again. But really try and keep your hips low. They should only be here, sort of same height as your shoulders, not up over your shoulders. So I'm getting those obliques to work each time. That's it, lovely, good. And just getting that drop down each time. Keep your zip and hollow on. Just keep looking at the floor, just in front of your hands. Lovely, good. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Back onto our back. Onto my B's, capital B's. Here. This is a straight part of my capital B. This is the in part. So, shoulders still on the floor. Rib cage down and in. Roll it in. Go on to the other side. And roll it in. Lovely, good. And roll it in. Three, 2, 1. Good work. Are we ready for our second set? Rainbow bridge. Over onto my elbows. Tucking my toes under. Getting ready to go. Take my knees off the floor. And I'm in that nice flat position there. And I'm just dropping my hip to the floor each side. Lovely, good. I really feel strong between the shoulder blades as well. Lovely, good. Really get that work done. There is weight over my elbows, but not so much. I'm having to use my core as well. My zip and hollow is on. For me to stay nice and straight in that position. And then just getting that rainbow drawn with my hips. Good work. Three, 2, 1. Well done. On to our last 2 minutes of work. In between my knees, a little bit of work on my inside thighs, which I'm going to be using as well. Out to the side, and off we go. And then that curl in. Lovely, good. And then up. Give me that squeeze in. Just dropping it out, curling it back in again. Lovely, good. Really working that core as well. That zip and hollow is on. And then I get my oblique to bring it up into the centre. Good. Well done. My last rainbow bridge in this session on my elbows. Toes get a tuck under, knees come off the floor, and then I get the drop hip side to side, just with that drop with the hip. Lovely, good. Just that little shuffle of the legs, feet. If you feel that they're going away from you, you have to really feel this, round about the belly button, imagine that line through your waistband, and then as I hit the floor on one side, then the other, the oblique just has a little bit more work to do. Three, two, one. Good work, well done. This is where I'm dropping down to my full weight, and I'm on my side bridge. Check that you're nice and straight all the way through. Knees and hips are stacked. I get me a lift, then a lift from my arm, then a lift back down again. Up, up. Good, we get that squeeze going on each time. Lovely, good. Up. And get me that lift. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to come up into that bridge, and this is one where I get the tuck under. This time, the support still from underside, but also the curl in. Okay, we're ready to go. We're up in that bridge. Arm. I slowly do that. It's like a thread through, and it's a thread through. Lovely, good. Just keep it nice and strong. Feel that you're turning from that under waist. That shoulder does get a lot of work as well. Lovely, good. And under. Just my whole top half. Toes end up looking at my forearm. 3, 2, 1. Good work. I'm on to the other side. I'm going to get that bridge and the lift. Make sure you're nice and straight all the way through. Your elbow and your shoulder are in line. My elbow's right underneath my shoulder. I'm nice and straight. I come up, I get me that lift, and then I go down. When I'm up here with that lift, I can feel my upper back working to get that lift, but also to stabilise me there. Up and up. Good work. Lovely, good. And get me that lift. Lovely, good. Lift and lift. Up. Lovely. Hold that lift. Then get that squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Then I hold the bridge and I come in underneath that. Just like threading through each time. Bridge is nice and strong. I've got that leg just dropped to the back onto the floor. 3, 2, 1. I come up, squeeze, and come up. Lovely, good. So that underneath, not only supporting me, it's now getting that squeeze to move me and get that turn through. Lovely, good. Squeeze it underneath, feel that work through the shoulder, and good work, well done. I'm onto the other side, get that bridge and that lift. So I'm going to stay with that 4K weight. Nice and straight, core pulled in as normal, elbow underneath my shoulder, and get me that lift. Good work. Up, and then that lift. Keep it strong the whole time. That's it, lovely, good. Really think about that belly button being pulled in towards the spine. Lovely, good. So just stay nice and straight. I don't collapse through as I go down with my hip. I don't get the collapse through my shoulder. Keep it strong. Lovely, good. Up. Lovely, good. Up, lift. And good work. I'm going straight onto the other side to get the lift. The last of my 6 minutes on this side, on this exercise. Lovely, good. So again, up and out that shoulder, core working for me. I'm nice and straight all the way through. I'm up, I get that lift, and then I come back down again. Up, give me that squeeze. Lovely, good. Feel nice and strong and secure in that position. And then getting that elbow lift. Good work. Up. Lovely, good. Give me that lift. Feel that work going on the underneath, but also through the shoulder, especially when I get this lift. It's on my lower shoulder as well. Top shoulder to get the lift, bottom shoulder to support me with that weight off the floor. My own body weight and that weight. 3, 2, 1, and good work, well done. I'm going to move on to my next, just 2 circuits left. Just going to take a little water break here. Okay, the inner thigh. Talked about it before. Core's going to really work for me. I'm going to be working with that 4 kilogram weight. It's behind one knee and I'm on my back. Okay, so lying back down on that mat. Weight behind one knee. That's going to be the lower one. And I'm going to twist through my waist. So I have to keep my shoulders on the floor. Twist through my waist. Drop that out with a glute squeeze and then bring it back in with an inner thigh squeeze. Okay, good work. Are we ready to go? In 5, 3, 2, 1. Both shoulders stay on the floor. I drop my hips over slightly, so I have to really keep my zip and hollow on because my lower back is off the floor there as well. Good. Open and then close. Good. Keep that zip and hollow on the whole time. Good work. Lovely. Get me that squeeze. Lovely. This is where I take that 4 weight. I grab my other 4 weights and I'm going to do a tricep drop from here. My shoulder blades are on the floor, my elbows are squeezed together, my knees up at tabletop. Drop it to your forehead, then straighten it off. And when I say straighten it off, you get long in the arms by really locking those elbows. Try not to get to here where I get my shoulders off the floor thinking I'm gone with that lift. Keep your shoulder blades back and down, keep that good form all the time, and then get that lift just through those elbows, which have to really be worked by my triceps to get it nice and straight. Now you can add a leg drop to this if you want to. If you know the exercise, you can get a little small leg drop here, or I can work my core even more by getting a longer one. 3, 2, 1. Good work. I'm on the other side on my inner thigh. Hands are out to the side. Rib cage down and in. Abs are pulled in. Shoulders stay on the floor. I tip over onto one hip. I open it out and I close it in. Lovely, good. That other knee does not move around. So I've got my zip and hollow on the whole time. Remember that lower back is off the floor and you're slightly twisted through your waist. Lovely, good. Giving that inner thigh squeeze. Good work, well done. That tricep drop. They can step at tabletop if you prefer. You just want to concentrate on your arms. Feet can be on the floor. Or I can be putting that leg out as well. So I'm going to get the first 1 or 2 drops so I can really concentrate on my shoulder blades being on the floor the whole time. My elbows squeezing together, so there's a little bit of pec work going on. And then I get that lift through at the very straight elbows at the top there. Lovely, good. So then if you want to, you can add a leg. Out it goes, comes back in. And down, and comes back in. Good work, well done. Down and up. Feel that it's in control through the middle. Your spine stays nice and secure against the floor. Good work, well done. Here, on that first leg, arms are out. I've tipped over and I'm ready to go on that inner thigh. My core already pulled in. Keeping that nice strong position. Out and then work that inner thigh to get it back in again. Lovely, good. Get that knee up, touch the other knee. Squeeze each time. Other leg stays really nice and stable, remember, because I've got my zip and hollow on. 3, 2, 1. Now just give me a little pulse. Good, can we pulse that? Lovely, good. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. I'm going to pulse it till I hear those beeps, and then 3, 2, 1, I'm going to quickly change it to the other side. Good work, I'm out and down, and off I go on the other side. Just got that little kick on the last exercise of my inner thigh on this side, and then on the other side as well. Lovely, good. So again, think about your lower back. Your zip and hollow is on at the front. So we've got that back nice and straight. Both shoulders are still on the floor. That's it, good. And then get me that squeeze in. Good work. Okay, give me those little pulses. 15 seconds of just little pulses here until we hear that beep again. I'm trying to keep really strengthened through my middle. 3, 2, 1, and good work, well done. I'm just going to stop it there. Lovely, good. On to our last circuit. I'm going to be staying on my back. One leg across the other leg, like I'm almost going to go do a glute stretch. But instead I come up into a bridge. So my glute has to work quite hard here. My core has to keep pulled in. My head coming off the floor, and then I get the squeeze up and over whilst keeping my bridge up the whole time. Okay, are we ready to go? We're going to go from 5, 3, 2, 1. That foot is underneath my knee, my head is up, and I'm squeezing over. Good, squeeze it. Good, keeping that bridge up the whole time. Keep on checking it. It's not going to sink in the middle. That glute and that hamstring really having to work for me. Keep me up and then over. Remember my elbow out. Do not let it come across your face. Your other hand can be just on the floor. They don't have to be both behind your head. Really sort of spread those fingers around the back of your head. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Here I'm going to keep my set of 4s and I'm going to be doing a chest fly from here, and every time my arms go down, my knees come in a reverse curl. Okay, so I'm putting 2 things together here. My abs and my arms and my core is really helping me to keep that strong position and core and pull in. Lovely, good. Out and curl it in. I'm controlling that on the way down with my arms and my pecs, getting those arms up. Lovely, good. So really go with the weight that you feel challenges you in this position. And get that curl in from those abs. If you can, with your coccyx coming off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Good work. I'm on my other leg, my foot is underneath my knee, my other leg is across it like I'm going to do a glute stretch. I come up in my bridge, head's off the floor, my bridge stays up high, and my elbow comes over. Good, give me that squeeze. Lovely. Really feel that squeeze. And again, keep your bridge up nice and high the whole time. Good work, well done. Here, head on the floor. Those pecs get a really good workout on this, but so does my core, and then that little roll in with my knees. 3, 2, 1. Arms go out, knees come in, and then they come back up again. Lovely, good. So I'm just letting that gap be filled with my knees. Lovely, good. We're on our last 3 minutes of exercise now. Out and curl it in. Squeezing it in each time. Think about that coccyx coming off the floor if you can. When your legs go back down again, they just stop over your knees. Knees over hips. Lovely, good. I'm back to that first leg. Over. Foot underneath my knee. I come up in my bridge, get ready to go. My head comes off the floor. And I get that squeeze over. Lovely, good. Last 2 minutes of work now. This on one side, this on the other. Core and arms, got a really good workout here. Give me that squeeze. Lovely, good. So really feel from your oblique at the front there, my right oblique bringing my left elbow up and over. And then my left glute and hamstring keeping me off the floor. My sip and hollow on the whole time, so I know that my bridge will stay level. Lovely, good. Up. Give me that squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Foot comes down. Over onto the other side. Are we ready for our last piece of work here today? So, foot underneath my knee. My head comes off the floor. My hands behind my head. It's nice and secure. I come up in my bridge. And then going over. Lovely, really good squeeze now. That front oblique. Good, squeeze through your glutes. that hamstring, keeping me up there. My core is keeping me even the whole time. And okay, let's get that last few squeezes done. I'm now into single figures. 3, 2, 1, and well done. You've made it to the end. Good work. I'm coming off those beepers and I'm just going to do a nice big stretch out from here. So my toes are going to go down, just roll back down. I've got those straight legs, lovely, good, and then I'm going to come up over my head and I'm going to reach up with my arms. So my rib cage up and out, so it feels good on those abs that work for me today, and then out. Getting that upper back stretch as well, just keep them going. Toes down, arms up, pointing at each end. Okay, lovely, good. Now I'm going to bring my rib cage down and in by pulling my abs in, so my hips have to change a little bit of my angle, and so do my arms, and then my arms come up, and this time my shoulders are off the floor. I'm getting that stretch between, and then I turn my hands to get that push down, so you really feel now that your shoulders are coming down away from your ears. You're getting long in the neck, down towards the floor. Lovely, good. When I get there, one foot on the floor, the other foot on the floor, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do my hamstring stretch from here. So again, it's just that straight leg, just slowly pulling it in. Try to feel that your head is relaxed and that you're doing the pull-in, but with the biceps. Try not to have your elbows up and out. This is more of a relaxed position. Don't bounce it around. And as it feels, it's just going to relax a little bit more, and that's when I start just to pull it in again. So it's getting a good stretch all the time. Lovely, good. That goes on the floor. Then lift the other leg, straighten it off over my hip, and then slowly pull that in till I get that hamstring stretch again. Lovely, good. Feel that as the biceps, you pull that in. And then pull it in again, just so you're keeping that good, strong stretch on the back of the leg. Lovely, this time I'm going to keep the leg up there over my hip. I'm going to take my head off the floor, keep my abs pulled in, hold on to my leg. As my leg comes down, I come up, and I'm going to put my first leg over that one, and then I'm going to come up nice and tall. I'm going to do a glute stretch by bringing this knee over my body and then turning at the same time as well. So I'm coming up and I've turned. I really feel nice and long and straight in the spine, and then I've done that twist through my waist. I've opened out my chest. Remember, we've done those flies. And then I'm just really pulling that leg over my midline. Good, lovely. Then I can collapse down slightly, change it over, come up, nice and tall, and turn and open out that chest and bring that leg over, bring that knee over my midline, so I'm getting that glute stretch. Lovely, good. Just bringing it over each time. Lovely, and then out into the middle. And then I'm going to just stretch out my lower back by just having my feet facing each other. It's just in a diamond shape here. And then I'm coming forward. I'm just going to drop my shoulders forward. I drop my head forward. Feel that the back of the neck is getting a stretch out with the weight of that head. And I've just stretched out that lower back by just flopping forward. You can pull yourself down slightly as well by holding onto the feet. Good. So there's a little bit of inner thigh stretch going on there as well, depending on how tight you are on your inner thighs. Lovely, good. Then we're coming up, and I'm going to come over onto my knees at the front, and I'm going to lift a leg out to the side. So the leg goes out to the side. Now you can sit back on this, but if you don't want to open that knee the whole time, just push your hips back, or you can sit right back on it. And I'm really getting that nice, strong inner thigh stretch. My foot goes away from me, my foot flat on the floor. Lovely, good. And then I'm coming up onto the other side. So again, you can sit back on it if you want to. My foot is flat on the floor, it's moved away from me. I come down to my ankles, I'm pushing my hips back. So you can sit back on it if you want to, or just be in a position where you're pushing your hips back. Lovely, good. Keeping my foot flat on the floor. Keeping it as far away from me as I can without my hips going with it. So I'm getting that inner thigh stretch the whole time. Okay, lovely. You're coming into the middle. And knees just underneath my hips, hands underneath my hands. I'm just going to do that cat-cow stretch. So again, arch, look through your head. Come down to look at the floor. Drop your weight back. That's it, lovely, good. And get that lower back stretch. And I'm going to do that whole thing again. Zip and tip and come up. And then looking at the floor, collapse it back down. Well done. And then I'm coming up into downward dog. And same with the downward dog. If you feel you can't get your heels down, if they're right back here, what you can do is you can move them out slightly so they're wider than your hips, and then really get that push through the heels of your palms to get that upper back stretch, stretching down your back, down to the backs of the legs. Lovely, good. And then I walk that back the whole way. You can bend your knees here if you want to, or keep them straight. And then I've just got that stretch going on, just got my own body weight taking me forwards. Lovely, good. And then I'm going to come up nice and slowly. So again, really think about your zip and hollow on as you get all the way up to the top. Lovely, good. Just get that little roll around like we started, and that little roll around. So just pushing my hips back. Lovely, good. And then back the other way. Well done. Coming up to the top. Both arms up, and then just that pull down on one side. Lovely, good. Feel like that rib cage has come away from the hip bones stay level. And then on the other side. And then I'm going to do one swoosh down through, and come up. And then I'm going to drop an elbow down, and I'm going to do that tricep stretch out. You've done those sets for me with the tricep drop, down to the forehead. Lovely, good. And then on the other side, down. Lovely, good. Just holding that position, getting that tricep stretch out. Lovely, good. And I'm just going to concave and push them out. And then just feel like you've done a little concave through there, and you've arched your back. Lovely, good. And then we're coming up. I'm just going to do a little swoosh through, so just check behind you. Little swoosh through, arms just nice and swing. And then again, just down and up. I'm just reaching forward each time, down, up. This time it comes all the way up to the top. And then I drop down in front of my face here. Take that deep breath in. And then squeeze those abs. Pushing down, pushing all that air out. Feel that tension through the front there, the whole way through. And give it a little shake out. Okay, very well done today. I'm glad you've been able to work your core and also your arms as well. And again, having that core working really does emphasize that you can work your arms and legs in that proper position without any risk of injury. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching it to you, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye-bye for now.